Hello, welcome to the series about Rugby League bet and review for the Leeds against St Helens game, which is live on Sky tonight. Another big game in the Super 8. Obviously, with Huddersfield winning last night, moving 2 points ahead of Saints in third. I think probably a bigger game for Saints than it is for Leeds, who sit 4 points ahead of Wigan. But obviously, it's only 6 days after Wembley for Leeds. Fantastic win over Hull KR, 50-0 in Hull KR. Wembley, brilliant. 5 tries for Tom Briscoe. So probably say it's probably a bigger game for Saints, but well, Leeds conceded 8 points on the handicap, which we fully understand. They've won the last 7 in the league, 6 of them by actually more than what the handicap line is for tonight. Saints lost the last 4, seem to be in a bit of disarray. I think they needed the week off. They look really tired. They've had a hard season. Now, you'd have to think 2-1 for Saints. You'd want a lot more than that for a team that are in the kind of form they are. Like I say, they lost the last 4. You'd want at least 3-1 for them to go to Henley and be probably the best side in the league in Leeds. And I think they're quite comfortable at the moment. I think we maybe could push them closer if they get to the grand final. But you'd want more than 3-1 for Leeds. So I don't think 2-1's enough. So the value has to be Leeds conceding 8. Like I said, they've won the last 7 games. They're in fantastic form, scoring points for fun all the way across that fantastic back line. Now, don't get me wrong, for a team that have won at Wembley 6 days ago, 4-11 is quite short for Leeds. I mean, obviously the big worry is what happened last year. They won at Wembley and I think they lost the last 5 games of the season after that, and the season pitched off and that was it. They didn't win anything else, but they'd not won at Wembley for a while before last year, and I think they probably did a little bit more celebrating. I think that was probably the main target for the season, was to win the Challenge Cup. They'd lost a few finals previous. I think it's a bit different this year. I think they'd like to pretty much do what Wigan did in 2013 and win the double. Obviously, Wigan in 2011, their season petted off after the first win at Wembley for a few years. I think they'd be the same for Leeds. There's a treble there, and the last season for the likes of Peacock and Sinfield, club legends, I think they'd love to finish off with a treble, and it's on for them. So I can't see them backing off this time. I think they'll be looking to win this game. Maybe win the next couple, and they could probably have a couple of weeks off. Give the top guys a couple of weeks off before the semi-finals at the end of September. So I definitely think, like I say, Leeds are in good enough form to win this by more than 8 points. Now, the winning margin maybe something like 11 to 15 point home win, which is about 11-2. That's kind of where I'm thinking this game might end up. Like it's just saying, it's just aren't in any kind of form. Like I said, 2-1's no value for me. Now, first try scorers, I know Briscoe scored 5 tries last week, a fantastic achievement. But for me, I always like Watkins about 9-10-1. I think he offers better value. He's top scoring centre in the league by quite a long way. So maybe someone like him. Maybe if you want a little bit of a saver, Quinlan scored a hat-trick on his debut. Can come into the line about 12-1. He's not bad value. But for me, the value bet of the game has to be Scarsbrook at 72 to score any time. He's barged over a couple of times at Henley before, and if Leeds tie late on with the game won, you could see him maybe barging over. I think Saints like to give the ball to a big forward running on from close in, opposed to getting it out wide to wingers, getting the ball out wide to wingers like a lot of sides do. I think probably my value bet of the game could be Scarsbrook at about 72 to score a try any time. That's decent value. Like that man of the match. Sinfield 4-1 favourite. You can see why he's favourite. Like I say, he controls most of what Leeds do with his kicking game. And it's understandable that he's favourite, that's fair enough. But for me, I think Hardacre offers better value at about 12-1. Now, he's been in fantastic form this season. And with Tompkins not doing quite so well in the NRL, I think there's been a few mentions that could take the fullback berth for England, maybe with Tompkins playing at 6. So I think that'll get him a few mentions on Sky. And that's kind of what the guys look to when they're giving out the man of the match. They just want players to be noticed. And he's making a lot of yards with his kick returns, and he's been scoring a few tries. So I think Zach Hardacre at 12-1, he rates good value for man of the match. Now, Saints are going to win. We look to Roby. I know Steve all loves him, but he's only 8-1. When you consider that Saints are 2-1 to win the game, it just doesn't rate value for me. Now, someone who's coming into the Saints side who could make all the difference is Wilkin. Now, if they are to win, he's 25-1 to win the man of the match award. And like I say, the players that come back often get this award because teams that haven't been doing so well because they think they've made all the difference. So for me, I think we look at maybe Hardacre and Wilkin for the man of the match. That's kind of decent value for both of them. But anyway, we've got a big game again tomorrow, though, coming thick and fast. Halifax against Salford this time in the qualifiers. So check back then, please. As always, like I say, gamble responsibly. Just fun bets. That's what we're looking at here on Sal. And we'll see you soon.